That's right. Greetings, fellow crystal gems. Tiki here.
And BlueDragonFive.
And welcome to the first time in quite a long time that we're actually excited to talk about an episode of Steven Universe here on Tiki's Universe.
Woo!
Return to form much?
Much.
I mean, my God, Dragon, after basically all of season 5 being fairly mediocre and kind of like, all right, we're just kind of building up Beach City. Where's this going? We're kind of just
Greg.
We're kind of just, no, this episode, it's just like, okay, screw you guys. We're going to hit you over the face with a huge monumental twist. All right, folks. So, Dragon, I just want to emphasize this right off the top. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this before we dive into the episode. I don't remember if I told it to you off air or on air, but do you remember when I said that there was the big leak that happened?
Yeah, I remember you were, I assume it's like a normal thing, or okay, it's like someone like has like an image of an episode, like people speculate like an image that was leaked or something, but, we've had leaked episodes online before, but...
No, Dragon, this is the big one, though. This was the big Steven Universe leak, because apparently, folks, spoiler alert, I want to make this clear, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't, had this spoiled for them yet or watched the episode. So, Rose Quartz is Pink Diamond.
Yeah, and people have been theorizing this for a long time.
I was one of the people that called this back in the day, Dragon, back before we knew anything about... Basically, back before the reveal that Rose Quartz shattered Pink Diamond, that was my theory, that Rose Quartz was Pink Diamond. And it turns out that the whole Rose Quartz shattering Pink Diamond, nothing but a whole lot of misdirect.
Yeah, and again, they handled this like the best.
Dragon, that kind of makes me laugh in retrospect, given how much people freaked out about us flubbing the initial reveal that Rose shattered Pink Diamond.
Yeah, we called that like, oh boy, no, folks, we didn't miss anything. No, you guys don't even know. Like, wow, are you guys off? We'll let you have your little. Yes, that. Yes. Oh, looky, Pink Diamond, Rose shattered Pink Diamond. Isn't that quaint? Oh, yes. How interesting and factual. Hmm? Okay, okay, we're just being very facetious.
My God, I knew there was a leak out there for Steven Universe. I just didn't know what it was, and so of course I was avoiding all the, all the usual outlets that would have spoilers. And I gotta say, seeing the reveal in the episode, it was a powerful bit, especially the way they did it with the sacrificial quality to it. And we'll get there when we get there, but we'll build to it. So the way this episode's going to work, folks, we're specifically talking about 2 episodes. We're talking about Can't Go Back and A Single Pale Rose.
Because they do very much lead into each other, and they're released simultaneously, same day, and the ending very much is like, you kind of need them for the full picture, and honestly, you kind of a song if you do it that way, so it's kind of like why we're covering both together.
And Can't Go Back, I will say this much, we're definitely going to spend a lot more time on A Single Pale Rose. But I like Can't Go Back quite a bit, Dragon. And as big as the reveals were in A Single Pale Rose, I have to say that Can't Go Back maybe hit me more on an emotional level. So we'll get into that.
Sure.
Before we get into that, Dragon, we
are the crystal
gems.
We always save the day.
And if you think we can't, we'll
always find a way.
That's why the people
of this world
believe in
garnet,
amethyst,
and pearl, and Steven.
It feels good to sing that song with some enthusiasm again, doesn't it?
Oh yes, and folks, that's the main reason we're going to dedicate a lot of time to the second one, because for any reason above anything else, it's Pearl again, finally. And I don't mean just I know we had Pearl last episode, but this is like a real Pearl.
Okay, well, to be fair, Pearl last episode did feel our like Vera Farmiga, like adorable mom quality quite well.
Pearl, we were going through withdrawal, folks, so we were desperate. Now that going on, she was again. Pearl was spot on the episode, but this is like an old Pearl episode. I've been dying for an old. I could have OD'd on this Pearl, man.
This episode might as well have just been called Pearlception.
Yes.
Okay, but before we get to that, So Dragon can't go back. I don't know about you, but this hit me on an emotional level. It really did. It kind of snuck up on me a little bit.
Yeah, this one, it's I've always, we always think, I don't know if I don't know if the fan base shares this view. I mean, you can fill me in on it, I guess. But there's a lot of, I get a sense that Lapis Lazuli is a big breakout character at
Oh yeah.
times.
Oh yeah.
And I definitely feel that too. I see that's warranted. Like, Lapis has this thing about it. I really like Lapis. I want good things. She's such like a victimized character in a way. She's so like victimized in the sense like she has a lot of bad stuff that happened in her past, which kind of she's the redeemed
I
villain.
feel like Lapis is such a true to life portrayal of victimhood and abuse, and that's why her character is so powerful and really hits home with me, because they don't make light on the subject. You know what I mean? They really go to some dark places with it.
Exactly. And this is a great episode in Lapis's arc in that Lapis, she's essentially, she was there during the Gem War, and again, she had a very traumatizing experience on Earth, and she saw nothing but horrible things that way, and Homeworld especially. And she's terrified. She's a gem with no place to go, essentially. Where she can't go to Homeworld. She was kind of accidentally her form was accidentally broken and kind of not shattered but cracked. And I think that's why she couldn't fly for all those years. So the point is, Lapis is always kind of between homes in a way, and Steven kind of brought her back, and she kind of turned villain for a moment. And it's always been kind of a wonderful redemption arc. Not that she had done anything wrong, but just kind of like getting to know her and seeing how she's kind of fallen in love with the Earth, which of course, and T is the reason we really got to spend a little time on Lapis, is that Lapis is some great connective tissue. What we see happen with Rose.
Oh yeah,
someone who falls in love with the Earth, and again, this is kind of the modern day, kind of like basically history repeating itself with the gem falling in love with the Earth in a place where Lapis, she kind of leaves for her own survival because she doesn't want to be near shattered again. And again, it's the cracked gem. Essentially, is like you gotta imagine if you're a gem, that's a real threat to you. Like I almost was shattered, almost like broken to the point where I couldn't form again, to a place where I'm not my recognizable self. So she's always been kind of in trauma recovery, and she made these connections on Earth. And as we see, Lapis, she's on the moon. She's in this great middle ground with things.
Hold on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I'm just like you can't just ignore the elephant in the room, Dragon. We have to talk about it.
Well, unless we're certain that website.
I'm just like, don't even like, buddy. Like look, as much as I don't want to address it, like.
To be fair, it's only a minute. Literally only a minute.
Yeah, like but it's a pretty painful minute, Dragon.
You're right though. It is a painful minute, but it's a minute for like Tiki in the grand scheme of things. It's a minute for 9 other really good minutes, followed by 11 fantastic minutes.
Yes.
So in the grand scheme, it's a trade-off. It's like, can you stomach?
To quote The Social Network, in the scheme of things, it's a speeding ticket.
Exactly. So it's a question. Can you stomach one really bad minute for?
It's kind of like the long ride that you have to wait in, the long line that you have to wait in to get to the Disney attraction. You know what I mean? It's like, well, we have to stand outside for Pirates of the Caribbean for half an hour, but damn it, it's going to be worth it.
So yes, folks, what we're referring to is without getting into a whole like explanation or whole rant of just Tiki and I'm not a huge fan.
I went off on a tangent last episode about my hatred for Ronaldo.
Tiki hates Ronaldo. I don't care for him. I saw potential in him in the beginning. He's like, I've completely lost.
Oh, I can't stand him.
Again, I've lost all faith in him.
He had one episode that showed promise, which was the episode where we kind of got into his backstory, where he was friends with Lars. Yeah. But other than that one episode, I have never liked the guy. And he just keeps getting worse and worse.
Essentially, he hates it as much as I hate Sausage Party. It's about
Ronaldo was kind of a breaking point for me, and then each time he showed up post Ronaldo, he just never learns his lesson. He's always just equally as off-putting, equally as aggressively rude. It's just anyways, what's the Dragon?
Okay, the point is, like, in the beginning of this episode, he kind of starts by he's bothering Steve in the middle of the night, but basically telling about, hey, there's something on the moon, which is the only reason he's in the episode, by the way, because again, we set up, hey, we need someone watching the telescope, and of course, Ronaldo would be obsessed with space and gems and stuff, so he's looking at the stars, and he basically delivers this news to Steve in the most annoying way possible, and in doing so, he's jealous of, like, why didn't I know about your moon base, or something like that, man. Point is, Ronaldo's a
project. Two things. A, why did we have to have Ronaldo wake Steven up? Like, couldn't this be during dinner time or something?
Well, you need to be a late dinner thing, but I mean, by that logic, I guess it could still work at dinner.
Well, you know what? I'm just saying, like, we don't have to have it be at 4 a.m. We don't, like, I'm just saying, like, the fact that he wakes Steven up just makes it extra obnoxious.
Yeah, I like Steven's tired expression. The one saving grace of that is like, Stevens he's not kowtowing to him like he did before. He's not like trying to play nicer Ronaldo. He's just like, what is it, Ronaldo?
All right, and B, like I said, I hate how entitled Ronaldo is. That's one of the big tipping points with the character for me, where he's instantly going like, "Oh, why didn't I know about this, Steven? You have to take me there." I'm like, oh, just go fuck off and die, you son of a bitch.
Okay, back to the Lapus of So again, Lapus is on the moon. She brought the barn and onto the moon base that they had there, so she could basically so she can monitor the Earth and kind of check in with her friends and kind of watch them. One could say from a distant shore.
Anyways,
so essentially, again, she's checking with the life that she built a life on Earth and made friends. And again, they don't say it here, but I think what they're implying here, and again, we've always had this light implication here, is that we have we see Peridot like sleeping in the tub with the pumpkin. Because remember, she doesn't have a barn anymore. She doesn't live there anymore, so she has to kind of room with Steven. In doing that, and we show in the clips and everything, we see a lot of Peridot, and then there's a little bit of lingering from Lapus on Peridot, because again, she was living with Peridot, and they always had kind of like honestly, Lapus and Peridot felt like kind of like Steven's aunts, who are kind of like in a relationship. You know what that?
Definitely.
Kind of a weird comparison, but it's kind of what it felt like. Like they're the extended family who are just kind of like they're a couple. And she always has a fondness for Peridot. She had a great, fantastic arc with Peridot. And again, we kind of see all the life, and especially through Peridot and the friends that she's made and everything. And essentially, we have a really human thing with Lapus, is that she's embarrassed by her exit. She had a really dramatic exit and kind of left for her own survival, and she's kind of ashamed, and that's why she hasn't. That's what's stopping her from coming back. And again, all of this is done through a very well constructed song, a really good song, really good. We haven't had a lot of real standout songs this season. This was a good one.
No, we really haven't. And this, I don't believe Lapus has Lapus. I know that Steven had a song about Lapus.
That's the thing. He had a song about her, but I don't think she's really sung.
I mean, it's a great song. It's definitely the best song in season 5.
It is. I can't. Part of me thinks I'm forgetting. Garnet probably had a song, but aside from that, I think it's probably for me the most memorable song we've had so far. So my emphasis with this song is that this is how you recap stuff. This is how you do like a clip show, but you do it good. Because a lot of times in animation, especially Avatar, Legend of Korra will attest to this. See, Legend of Korra was kicked around by Nickelodeon. Well,
Avatar, I know what Avatar did for their clip show, and I think it's genius. And
that's the thing. Avatar did something really.
Watch it.
Avatar did something really clever with their clip show, but what I'm saying is, Legend of Korra, they weren't so lucky in that they didn't know they didn't plan on making a clip show where Nickelodeon took their money away and threatened to take the rest of their money away because they were over budget, I guess, or like close to being over budget. So they told you, okay, guys, you got to give us an episode, and and you have to deliver. And again, with the budget, so you can do stuff you want to do in the finale, which is really expensive and cool looking. So what they did is they had to recycle animation, do a clip show. Basically, they use like chibi forms for like one side of it. It's like, again, we're dwindling on money, so we just have our actors monologue over old clips. So it was embarrassing. This is how you do a recap, and you do it right. Nothing against Legend of Korra guys. They did what they had to. Right? I feel bad. I pity them. They were over a barrel. Okay, it's not their fault. So again, so she loves so Lapus. She loves the life that she cultivated on Earth, but she's afraid that it'll all implode. Since even if she comes back, she's afraid the diamonds will come and they'll take her home away from her again. They'll do something horrible to her again.
Dragon, this is the point in the episode where I'm just like, I start getting choked up, and I'm like, oh, this show's getting me choked up again. I love it.
And Steven has that line, Tiki. He has the line for this episode. Steven has is, what if something good happens?
Yes. Oh God, Dragon. This episode made me fall in love with Steven again. This episode reminded me why we fell in love with Steven as a character. Honestly. Now,
what's great about Steven, we're kind of bridging to the part we're going to get to the next episode soon here, where this is a great precursor to the next episode in regards to Steven, because everyone's Lapis and especially Steven, we're facing a big monumental change that's going to be revealed in the next episode. That Steven, he's honestly what we're doing here is what Steven's saying to Lapis is what he's going to be going through himself. He's basically giving her advice of you got to risk it. You got to go there. You basically have to encourage big change. And Steven's going to put his money where his mouth is in the next episode, where you're going to experience a fundamental change and see how you roll with it. That's essentially what's like. You're going to prove what you're saying to Lapis is true here, that you really believe in it, which is really clever in the grand scheme.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is the most. And again, next episode, as I'm getting to the end of this episode, where basically Lapis, she gets freaked out when Steven has a really cryptic, awesome vision that links us up with the next episode, where he before he saw things from Pink Diamond's perspective, which now makes all the more sense in the world, which is perfect.
Of course.
So what we see is Steven has like a really cryptic vision of a Pearl with his mother's sword, and again, like kind of turning towards camera, looking really scary. And again, like this is the most personal change that Steven can go through, because especially for what we're about to find out, we know why Steven's always had like a really special relationship with Pearl on a kind of a DNA level almost.
Oh God, it's fucked up.
On an intrinsic level, it's fascinating. And anyways, the point is that Steven's definitely got some things to think about. And she, Lapis, she kind of freaks out. She flies away, which is cool. It's a really cool shot. And it's like, oh, poor Lapis.
I love what really cuts with me for the Lapis thing is you shouldn't be surprised at this point.
Yeah, I know, that's sad.
Oh man, because Dragon, let me just say, I don't want to bore you with the details of my personal life or anything, but I have trust issues. I have some walls that I put up when it comes to like making and keeping friends. Like, don't get me wrong. I have my old timers. Like basically everyone that I met through this channel is like, I consider friends for, like good friends. But other than that, man, in real life, it's like I do have walls and barriers that I put up around me. Like it's much easier for me to maintain friendships over the computer than it is in real life for me. So like I said, without boring you to tears with details about my personal life, I will say that the Lapis stuff hits me on a pretty personal level. I definitely haven't gone through like the the abuse that Lapis has gone through, but I do relate to Lapis very much on a kind of like she views herself as a social pariah even when she shouldn't point of view. That to me is like it cuts deep for me. So so for that level, Dragon, like I said, even though obviously next episode is going to be much more of a game changer, it's going to be a big Pearl episode, it's going to be kind of a crazy like Inception type high concept episode, but this episode got me in the feels, and I think for that reason I almost kind of walked away liking these episodes almost equally for different reasons, because this episode really pulled my heartstrings. And I was super excited for the next episode going into it after this one. It was a good build up to it.
All right, now, folks, getting into this next episode, forewarn you, we're going to do something a little different than what we usually do here. We kind of try to keep a little general, to kind of talk about the big kind of moments of the episode, kind of do it kind of inside the episode, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul style. In this case, though, Single Pale Rose, such a monumental event. Steven, such a great episode, so well plotted, so well, story developed in the story. We got to go through beat by beat. So buckle up, folks. We're just going to dive right into it. So Tiki, start us off.
You actually have to start us off because I need to pull up my notes. I forgot to. Go ahead.
Right. Okay, so we open with a great recap of the evidence, where we have some old again, folks. This is how you do a clip show. Darn it. We see Eyeball, one of the various rubies with the eyeball projecting, I believe, the Jasper, talking about pink diamonds. Recapping using memories that Steven has. And essentially, what we're doing here, it's so clever, is it's kind of like piecing together a mystery here. And I love all the clues were there the whole time, and that Steven's kind of piecing them together here, where Eyeball's reminding us about the pink diamond thing.
Oh yeah,
and which is essentially what we kind of learned in Bubbled, really. So again, we kind of had it all. Well, Bubbled in, I think, the episode before is when we had the big pink diamond. So anyway, point is, then we have the reveal of Pink Diamond. We saw the reflection in that whole Stevani episode, where in the Jungle Moon episode, I think, where we reveal what Pink Diamond looked like, and from Steven's perspective, smashing the glass, smashing the crystal or the mirror, or whatever.
Mm.
And then lastly, and I love this, my favorite catch of all, because I love taking the minute this happened as I was putting the pieces together, and I was like, oh my god! And of course, the whole reveal that Pearl was complicit in the shattering of Pink Diamond. We didn't exactly know in that first half, but you knew, oh my God, this is different than what we thought it was, where this trial puts in the perspective in a brilliant way. And I just love the storytelling in the second episode so much. So um, we have the lawyer from the trial saying, how could a quartz even get close to a diamond? Because they're essentially they're soldiers. They wouldn't be close to the head honchos, wouldn't be close to the palanquin where it all went down. It's like, yeah, that's a good point. However, who's always close to a diamond? A pearl.
A pearl. Oh yeah.
Yes. So then, of course, last cryptic image was the scary pearl silhouette, like the glowing pearl looked all terrifying. The only time I've ever been terrified by pearl. It's like, oh man,
which sets up this next scene so well, Dragon.
I know.
It is terrified of Pearl, and then Pearl comes in, and she's just in full-on mom mode as always.
And again, with a purpose here, man. Oh, God, so Pearl and Amethyst walk in, and Tiki, hit the folks with the episode synopsis. By the way, what we were armed with going.
The synopsis is Steven helps Pearl find her lost phone.
Now, to the experienced Steven Universe viewer like ourselves,
we knew right away this was going to be a big episode. We called it right away.
They always pull a reversal here. When you have an epic title, it's usually like a nonchalant thing. But when you have a real nonchalant title or like or a nonchalant episode premise, one of those two, it's the opposite. We're like, hey, last one out of Beach City. It's not like an Exodus episode. It's just Pearl having like an indie movie essentially.
Right.
I love that episode just to get very counterintuitive what the title suggests. In this case, Pearl and Amethyst, they're walking in, playing with Pearl's new phone, which we set up in the other episode when Pearl came back. We gave her a phone. So apparently Pearl's had her phone for a month and she hasn't really done anything with it. And I relate, Tiki, as you relate, not to the same emotional residentary level. What you have with Lapus, I gotta tell you, I do relate to Pearl a lot in this, and I'm an old school phone guy. I have a flip phone. I have a flip phone like Steve Rogers in Infinity War. All right, I know. where basically, honestly, a lot of the time I view it like Pearl does. You use it to tell the time, and I use it's like an electronic pocket watch with a few extra features. That's really what I use my phone for a lot of the time. It's like an electronic pocket watch. And I related to Pearl, Pearl, I love Pearl even more now. Just, yes.
So Amethyst takes a silly selfie of herself to use as the wallpaper. Meanwhile, Steven is just kind of like, he's just appeased to get it out there. He's just like, Pearl, I need to ask you. So hold on, Steven, hold on. I'm giving a demonstration.
And I love that even with Amethyst, we still have her as like the other. Again, we've always said this with one of the big hallmarks of the series is you have a different form of motherhood with each character. Where Amethyst is like the cool mom's like, hold your wad, kiddo. I'm doing something right now. It's like in a minute. Anyway, so she walks.
Probably the biggest laugh out loud moment of the episode is when Pearl texts Steven like, "Hello, Pearl. Hello, Steven."
It's adorable where Amethyst walks sending a text and Steven gets a text and it says, "Dear Steven, hello, love Pearl." It's like, oh God.
It's great because it's in the midst of just Steven having a big identity crisis about Pearl.
Yes. So I love all the cute Pearl gags here. So Dee Mango, she's always been fantastic. This episode might be one of her finest. I mean, this and again, Mr. Drake, probably her finest, some of her finest work. So right here, she says, Amethyst saying, "Oh, she have a case for this," and I do. When she pulls out from her a suitcase. I got some spare phone cases. Amethyst excuses herself. Don't throw it against a rock or anything. Don't break out. Over the setup line now because she drops the phone coming up. It's like, oh, what did I all we're missing is Amethyst saying, "What did I just tell you?" Anyway, so Amethyst leaves the room so we can get the episode kicked off here.
Oh yeah.
So, all right. So Steven's asking Pearl the big question. I was kind of wondering, did you shatter Pink Diamond?
And then we get this facial reaction from Pearl, which, it's kind of like both funny and sad at the same time in a way.
And Tiki, it's a foreshadow for the story, and it's amazing.
Oh yeah.
So drops the phone, dramatic style, and again we have the music. The music's really good in this episode too, and she stops. And with this motion, this is a very, very important motion, guys. Like her instinct is to cover her mouth in this manner, kind of like the whole the three monkey style. The three, like the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil style. very concerning. It's like I was on the edge of my seat, and I'm feeling what Steven's feeling. This, like, oh my God, Pearl, what did you do? So Pearl, because let's see, so then Amphis is coming in there, and Pearl's like, oh, me, you're right, Amphis. I dropped my phone. Whoops! I need a case for it. Basically, I'm gonna put it in my. She puts it in her gym, and Amphis is like, oh, come on, let's put it in the case first before you put it in there. So Steven sighs and like Am's like, "What's up?" And it's just he's sighing like, "Oh boy, we got to have a talk." Like it didn't like it's a we need to talk. I mean, I know it's not a direct reference, but like, oh boy, it's like we're getting there.
You described this episode as "We Need to Talk" meets Mr. Greg, which I got to say, Drag, the one part of that description that's not really accurate is the fact that the reason I love Mr. Greg so much is it's the show's equivalent to a rock opera. So we don't get any songs in this episode, but other than that, I'd say it's a good kind of comparison piece. It's
well, you know why? I'm just saying for the Pearl
focus, Mr. Greg.
The Pearl focus of it all. That's the Mr. Greg of it all. Come on.
Yeah.
But you're right. Yeah. Anyway. So let's see. Okay, so Steven receives. Meanwhile, Steven is just kind of chilling with the kind of our new beach city kind of set pieces where we have the former Mayor Dewey Van, now a little mini fry stand, a little mini tater tot stand. And Steven gets a text because he's got busy stuff. He's got big boy stuff going on. He's got big guy stuff. So Steven receives a text from Pearl. What does the text say?
I want to tell you, but I can't.
A little sign language emoji. So then we have another hilarious mom moment with Pearl. Pearl has so many motherly moments, and again for a reason. Pearl is vacuuming, which is hysterical. I know it's really funny. It's like I love Tiki. Here's the thing that cracks me. I love that she's vacuuming the warp pad. Like the one thing you really don't need to vacuum
right.
The warp pad. Anyway, so she's vacuuming the warp pad. Just so it's a cross between the gem and the mother dynamic. And to learn that, basically she learns that Steven learns Pearl didn't send that text. Well, did you butt dial me with your head? And basically she says, "Oh, I can't." She reaches in and tries to pull the phone out. She's pulling out all these items that are not her phone, like a remote, a violin, like a Stradivarius for the violin.
My personal favorite.
I know.
Steven's shirt.
Oh, that's good. That wasn't my favorite. You're right. That's funny though.
I like the idea that she's always got an extra change of Steven's shirt handy.
I know, don't you? No, you had the same thought, and that's great. But the one that cracks me up even more is she pulls out like a wad of a giant wad of cash, like a stack of cash. And I imagine my little head canon behind this is that Greg like lent her money, or just like Greg is has money to spare. Just like, hey, Pearl, you want some money? Sure. She doesn't really use money.
She doesn't really know what to do with it.
She just took it as like a gesture of thanks, Greg.
I love that.
That's my head canon. Like, why she? Because there's the other why she's a really exciting social life, which we do allude to later on. That she has a really exciting social life. Anyway, so then we have another text that is a flower text, which again, big foreshadowy moment. Flower, pink flowers gets texted, of course. So so Pearl is asking Steven to go inside and find the phone because there are things that she can't tell him, but can show him. Basically, the premise is the Inception premise of it all is
it's perfect. It's like it's an impeccable Inception parody.
Inception, Tiki. I mean, Tiki, if you told me they were going to do an episode, I don't know if I'd believe you. It's like, come on, Inception with Pearl. Come on, really? See, I know
that's too awesome for its own good. I mean, the world would just implode from that.
That sounds like something goofy that we would come up with. I mean, come on.
Right. It does sound like something we'd come up with.
What are you going to tell me next? That that we introduce like an Alex Romero looking gem or something?
Oh my god.
Anyway, I'm back on point. So basically, the premise is, Steven's going to go inside of her gym, go inside of her head, quite literally, like Inception, and basically text her for the return, basically pulled out. Okay, so basically we have this running gag, so we don't have to go through it every time because it's going to get crazy. But we have this running gag of Steven gets inside, and they have like
Pearl.
which is hilarious. It kind of reminds you of a little hole in the boat in the bottom of the sea. So Pearl inside Pearl, Pearl running gag is hilarious. So the first Pearl and Tiki, I love the psychology of this, and I love that it actually does all track. And we have these great psychological intimations you can make here, where the first Pearl, first and foremost, as we know her, is very obsessive compulsive, very organized, and that's what she she lives for. She loves having everything in place, being very organized, and that's why you can imagine if you reach into your head and you're pulling things out, it's like Lion has all of his stuff in like one location. Pearl has all of her go-to items, like all of the spears that she pulls out like 1 billion spears out of her head. This is where they're stored. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
The organizational Pearl is first, and this is a cute image where she's holding Steve, like, oh, where do I put Steven? So anyway, so we see all these items, like, oh, I'm looking for the phone, looking for your phone. Oh, well, it should be
first
here.
She goes to pee, and then she's like, oh, right, it's a cellular phone. It must be undersea.
Before that, I love the other items here. If you notice, a lot of great Easter eggs. Like there's Rebecca sugar, like there's like a box of sugar in the S, like for spears and all the S categories. Like red, or like it's Reb or Rec sugar. Rebecca sugar. There's my favorite though, giant pearl point. Pearl point. That's where the pearl points are stored.
Oh my god! Oh, I didn't even notice
that.
You
didn't see that? How did you not see that?
Hold on.
Giant pearl, like it's a big version of the idea. She reaches in her head, and that's where all the pearl points are.
Oh my, that's amazing. That's amazing. That just adds a new level to that whole running gag.
By the way, I love that all of these items are laid out like Candy Crush, like it's like hovering in the air. Anyway, so anyway, the phone's missing. If we go to the phone section, we have like all these phone numbers, by the way, and the phone numbers intimate that, hey, Pearl, like it's like the girl with the purple hair that Pearl met. It's like she's got like phone numbers, and some of these phone numbers have like kiss marks on. It's like, oh boy, Pearl's got an active social life. That's interesting.
Right.
Anyway,
right.
So so beyond that, so again, we go to cellular phone. Not really had much luck there. And anyway, so there's no luck. They find like an empty spaces, and it's supposed to be there, but it's not. And it was under cellular phone, by the way, which is pretty funny. Okay, let's see. So we set up another Inception idea here. Where so the deeper you go, the messier things get. All the organized Pearl saying things get messier. So this Pearl would dictate that as messy, and the idea is the deeper you go, as Stephen realizes what she meant by that, you go further into the past, and of course in real life, you get to the genesis of the mistakes that you've made, all the messy stuff that's happened. So the deeper you go, the more messy your choices in life has been. So that's where you get the heart of everything, or the dark heart of everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
What takes through some of this?
Yeah. So Pearl takes him back to the past. Samurai Jack.
Samurai Pearl.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Samurai. Okay.
Samurai Jack. Okay, and this might be the most emotionally intense moment of the episode right here, where we see Pearl right in the aftermath, I'm assuming, of shattering Pink Diamond, right?
No, Tiki. We start off with we get there eventually, but we're not there yet. So we start off with we're on the beach at the same exact location.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, this is Pearl being an emotional wreck about Rose's decision to have a child.
Yes, and importantly, we establish here that she knows what this means for Pearl. So she knows.
I love the design of Pearl in this era, by the way.
Now remember, this Pearl is from. It's not after this episode. I mean, it's not after this the ending of the episode, but it's like it's in the same era. It's the We Need to Talk era. It's
right.
It's kind of the '80s dancer Pearl.
Exactly.
So anyway, so Pearl's weeping at the news of Rose's pregnancy and the idea that she's going to basically become. Basically going to kind of destroy herself to create something new, create human life, which is again so unheard of. And again, it's for Greg, and it's always
going to lose her, just like I lost my.
What did you say?
Cell phone. My cell phone.
This Didi Mangoes. I was like wrote my notes like, oh, poor. Anyway, so and again. Then Stephen goes deeper and deeper to find the phone. And the next level is, it's probably where I lost everything else. And I love that line for what we reveal here. And T, I love how we went here too. I love how we keep going to these locations, keeps building and building. T, this episode
now we have Pearl inside of Pearl inside of Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
Inside Pearl's Pearl.
Exactly. So now Anyway, so this pearl is, and of course, it's going to get more convoluted when we reveal what the whole pearl of it all is. Honestly, it's just more. It's more pearl on top of pearl. It's pearlception, absolutely. Anyway, the Penrose pearl, if you will. Anyway, so or she lost everything, which is the battlefield after Ian what Garnet was telling us in that one episode where we had that the diamonds united to make that giant blast that everyone under Rose's shield was decimated. So this is right after that moment that Garnet discussed, where they're on the empty battlefield and Pearl's all alone.
Right.
So and again, like where she lost everything, it's a great and I love how Steven's reflecting the darkness of this whole player. This better not be a cop out. This better not be like this phone reveal better not be a cop out. Like it was in her pocket the whole time.
I feel like that's kind of like a nod and wink to the audience. Like, yeah, we know you want something big, and trust me, we're gonna deliver on it.
Yeah, you're right. It's got to be a fourth. So, and again, Pearl has this really haunting line. And again, Dee Dee Mang, give her an Emmy, give her an Annie, give her the whole. Just like lend her an Annie.
You know what? Screw it. I don't care if this is a TV show. Give her an Oscar.
Just give her like. I'm going to raise you that.
Let's give her Holly Berry's Oscar, Dragon.
True, but here's what you do: you smelt down Holly Berry's Oscar. When you do it, you infuse it with pearls, nothing but pearls inside. It's like clear. It's like the back of it's like all Oscar-y gold and everything, but it's like a clear plastic thing where there's all pearls filling the Oscar. It's like ball bearings or pearls or something. Like yes, all made of pure pearl. Look at it.
Yes, and they're totally going to do that, Dragon. That's something that's absolutely going to exist.
Or here's an idea: give her a bunch of smelt that Oscar down to mini Oscars that she can wear like a pearl necklace.
Oh my God.
Mini Oscars.
Poor Halle Berry.
Well, you started it.
I know.
Anyway, so Pearl has this really, again, the line in questions like Pearl has this great haunting line says, asking, was it worth it? Anyway, so that not just for that one line, it's for everything. I'm saying that one line's quite haunting. And then, so again, there's all after the. So anyway, so we go into this Pearl's mind, like, was it all worth it? And again, the question of was it all worth it, we find out what it was. And I love that we keep unfolding this mystery as we keep going further and further and further. So now we go to the big shatter. So again, this is post-shatter, the Diamond's retaliation. Then we go to the big shatter where it all started, and we see Rose, what we think is Rose.
Yep, but then we kind of realize that the eyes on Rose are off.
And then we see the gym as the hair is kind of flipped back. And importantly, I love the simplicity of this. Where again, right off the bat, you see you see Rose and you see the palanquin where it all went down. Like yes, that's everything we were told. And then of course the Pearl reveal of all. And then you, the audience member, you're piecing together like, oh my God, the Pearl shapeshifted into Rose. Why would she do that? So we reveal that. We reveal essentially that we see in her hand she's holding the gem, and we reveal that Pink Diamond. We reveal that Pink Diamond in reality looks a lot. Her diamond looks a lot like Steven's gem. And you're kind of piecing it together visually as it's being unfolded to you. Like, oh my God!
And Dragon, you're going to have to walk me through exactly what Rose's plan here was.
Oh yeah, sure.
Because I got to be honest with you, I was just kind of like reeling from it. Like I didn't really have time to process it.
It's a brilliant plan.
Go ahead.
Okay, folks. So here's essentially we have the big palanquin reveal. So that's the next Pearl we jump into here. Where this Pearl after he says he's trying to piece together, like, what the heck, that gem looks like mine. And he's sucked into the head. And now we're inside the palanquin, like right before literally like a few minutes before the shattering unfurled, essentially. So the conversation went on beforehand. So we reveal Rose is talking to Pearl inside the palanquin about the plan. So the plan is, so as we saw and as we reveal here, and might be backtracking here. This is the scene in the first episode in Can't Go Back. We saw this scene unfold in silhouette. So we're seeing the aftermath of this conversation where Pink Diamond fell in love with the Earth, as Garnet told us that Rose did, but Garnet doesn't know. So all Garnet knows,
right,
that Rose, she was a court soldier. She fell in love with the plan, and basically all that stuff happened. So basically all that stuff still happened, Tiki. Only we revealed that Pink Diamond was Rose. It's the huge reveal here. Where Pink Diamond fell in love with the Earth, and she tried to stop the
Okay,
colonization.
I understand that. I'm just what I'm confused about is
I'm building to it. I'm getting
okay, got it.
I'm just going over all the details, making sure we got the narrative here. So Pink Diamond falls in love with the Earth. She tries to stop the colonization, which the Diamonds say, "Look, you just got a job. Just waving, you're a diamond. They're going to follow your orders. Just carry out the job. Don't be a child and turn back on it now." So which her plan is to fake her death with her pearl. Someone who would be able to carry this out. Someone would have to carry this out with her pearl, and that explains the fan theory through all these years. Pearl had had this pink diamond on that suit. She wore like a space suit once. It had a pink diamond on it, and that's why Pearl's hair is kind of that strawberry blonde thing. Like why it's kind of like vaguely pinkish. So it all makes sense, folks. It all tracks. I don't know how much of this Rebecca Sugar had planned from the get-go, but my God, it's impressive. So she faked her death with her pearl at the hands of a rebellion leader. She made herself look like a court soldier, unlike any court soldier. Rose quartz is a symbol of the rebellion, which is what she needed. So she can't shatter herself, obviously.
Right.
And she doesn't want to put Pearl at great risk for it, because whoever is going to this is going to be the scapegoat. This is going to be the person everyone's going to be targeting and kind of go up against. And basically, she forms the crystal gem, and like she's formed the crystal gems with Rose, and again, she can't turn on the diamonds. So basically, this is her plan to be free and be free with her pearl as well. Like they're kind of breaking the class system here. The intimation is that she's fallen in love with Pearl, and the two would want to live happily ever after as well. Now, whether there's a very slim chance that she could be leading Pearl on a little, just a little, but the point is, regardless, they want to be free with it, because of course, a Pearl being in servitude for all these years wants to be free. So, essentially, the hope was to end the class system, and by kind of breaking the rules here, with Pearl and Rose, and again, we have the implied relationship of in the hurry of this act, where again, like Rose is just trying to sell Pearl, like, yeah, let's do this, right? And Pearl's hesitant about, I don't want to. This is a big response. This is a big leap. This is going to change everything. If we do this, we're going to start a war.
I love the line. My favorite Rose moment in the episode is when Pearl's like, "This is going to change everything," and Rose is like, "I know, it's so exciting, right?"
This is so exciting. And Pearl agrees.
That to me is like rose quartz in a nutshell. Like what we love about rose quartz in a nutshell.
Exactly. And then we have this really excited moment with Rose where I love the delivery here. Susan Egan is probably the best Susan Egan line we've ever had, quite possibly. At least one of the funniest Susan Egan lines we've ever had. She's usually played kind of serious and stoically. And here we have the line, Pearl! Essentially, I gotta tell you, that's how I sound whenever I watch Steven Universe privately. It's like, yeah, it's essentially that, yeah, I'll admit, yeah, that's me going in the episode. That's my reaction, yeah. They got me. Anyway, so again, she can't exactly shatter herself, which means Pearl is transforming into Rose. So basically, they can blame Rose for this. Anyway, so Pink Diamond, the Pink Diamond's form is revealed. We reveal her as, oh my God, Rose is Pink Diamond. It's astounding. Gives Pearl the flower and basically crushes some coal or something into crushes some material into the like diamond remnants that she swallows. So when she gets shattered, so basically Pearl shatters her. Oh my God! As rose quartz, it was shattered. People can witness this, and they can basically kind of fake their deaths, essentially. Well, she can fake her death. So she can get out of being a diamond and just kind of be someone else and get out of the diamond's judgment, out of the diamond's thumbs, and hopefully end the conflict. Like, her hope was that this would end everything. She was hoping, okay, well.
So basically, her hope was that by Pink Diamond dying, it kind of like be a lesson to everyone else. Like, okay, we need to stop this conflict because it's not worth the sacrifice.
Exactly. I mean, in all honesty, she really. She was really just trying to end things like, okay, well, if Pink Diamond's gone, then this will stop. They won't colonize the planet because the leader of this is gone, and I don't have to return to face the diamond. So it's kind of a selfish goal in a way. It kind of was. Again, she did this for her freedom, so she wouldn't. Again, it was kind of like the irresponsible thinking that got Pink Diamond in the first place to go, hey, we intimated in that Jungle Moon episode, like, hey, I want a colony because I deserve it. I'm the bratty little diamond in the room here. I want the thing. And she didn't think it through, and now it's kind of like a child not thinking it through. I want a relationship. I want to be free. And of course, it backfires on her in a huge way. That kind of starts begins the crystal gems. That the diamonds blasting everybody away. That's the beginning of the crystal gems, really, of them in a war, at least.
Right. Okay.
All right. Let's see. So I think it should be about
Then I love the ending on this episode, Dragon.
Yeah, so I mean, we get the flower, we have the promise. We got to talk about the promise.
Uh-huh.
Rose's last action is to make Pearl promise. And Tika, this is what's beautiful. And this got me really, it kind of got me emotional. It's like, my last order to you as a diamond is it covers Pearl's mouth, as we see in the image before us here.
Oh yeah.
You are to never speak of this again. No one should know about this. Never speak this to anybody. And Pearl takes that moment there. So then we have so she leaves, and I love that she kind of transforms herself into Rose, and she walks out there. So again, Steven kind of sees this unfold, and then Pearl is left with Steven, and Pearl has this line, just sorry to make you come all this way. Gives him the phone. She shapeshifts into Rose. And this is the moment I'm thinking. We're basically Pearl before she shapeshifts into Rose, leaves the flower, the single flower, then leaves. As Steven's seen everything, he's stupefied, he's taken all in. Hits the she basically gets his exit all ready, like I'm ready, you get me out of here.
And folks, if you didn't think this episode was an Inception parody before,
right here we have a flash forward. Basically everything. It's like whenever we have the three levels of Inception, where they're all doing simultaneously. We kind of do it backwards here. Well, backwards turning forwards. Oh my god, so Willy Wonka. Crazy. And Tiki, I don't know if you caught this. Flashes really quick, but it's awesome. We have these fantastic quick shots that are all very interesting, and we see the war going on, like the gem war. We're still filling some blanks as we're going forward here, connecting to the other scenes, and importantly, they skirted around it, Tiki, that we're getting there. We saw pregnant Rose and Pearl reacting to pregnant Rose. And
I caught that, yeah.
I could be wrong here because it's hard to tell, but there's a shot with all the crystal gems minus Rose. It's it's the main three.
Man. I think that's kind of like the
aftermath.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I'm saying that's my read on it. That again, I couldn't tell if the hair is because I don't know when Steven was born. That's the thing. I don't know because I think they had their regular character models and they're all sitting around like a warp pad or something, kind of in the sunset, comforting Pearl. That's probably after the birth. So we got close to it, Tiki. We got close to it. So then Pearl and Steven, they're reunited, and oh my God, Pearl, here's the line. I wanted to tell you for so long, and then Steven echoes the line. Mom was a diamond, and then Tiki tell me and the folks. Who else was in the room during this?
I love how it's not just Amethyst who was previously in the episode, but Garnet is also there, Dragon.
And remember, Garnet thought she knew the story. She told us what she thought.
Right. So Garnet is kind of like us, she's kind of just like, oh man, everything I knew was wrong.
And Amethyst has the line of the episode, probably. She says, "What?" And that's the
way to end. Perfect way to end.
Oh my God! I guess my final thoughts. It's a fantastic episode. It's very heartfelt. It's chock full of Pearl. It's narrative to me. I swear to God, narratively, this episode is flawless. It's a big reveal. And, it's the thing that I love that Steven, as well as the fans, the people watching. I love that everyone gets something from this. Everyone kind of gets it's a payoff. It's a reward for all the stalling, for all season 5's been a drag for the most part. It's kind of the reward to the fans, and also for all the crap that Steven's gone through, all this pink diamond hullabaloo. I love that at the end he got all the answers he was looking for.
Yeah.
Right. And again, for me, again, not in a literal sense, but kind of in a scale sense, it's kind of a cross between a Mr. Greg and a We Need to Talk. And this is an important episode. It's a great episode. It's probably one of the best executed episodes of Steven Universe. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I do think it's a shame that this season's been so slow, but this is definitely, I would say this and the last episode together. I mean, a really fantastic combo of episodes. As I said, this episode is super high concept. It's got the Pearl of it all. It's got the big reveal. But the Lapis episode really got me on an emotional level. Not to say that that single pale rose isn't emotional, but I don't know. It's something about the Lapis episode just really resonated with.
It's a great companion piece, and again, it's a good warm up for it. That's what I'm saying. It's good. Now you can stand shoulder to shoulder with it. I'm just saying the other one's just again it dazzles me a little more.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, folks, I'm really thrilled to have this show back in top form finally. Like Dragon, I literally forgot I literally forgot the feeling of what it was like to have excellent Steven Universe on the air, because season 5 has been so mediocre so far.
It's been a long time.
And but yeah, this is great. I'm just hoping that the rest of the season can keep up the same kind of momentum. Speaking of which, Dragon, all it says listed on Wikipedia for when the next season comes out is summer 2018. So
did you say next season or next episode?
Or next episode, I should say. Next episode, my bad. So I don't know. Hopefully that's, like a month from now and not 3 months from now. We'll see.
Let's just say the worst thing they could do is have the next episode not answer Amethyst or Garnet's question, but be like an old Ronaldo-centric episode.
Oh my god, yes. Oh, that would be the ultimate troll to the audience.
And imagine this, just Rebecca Sugar's like an image of her like holding her, like throwing her hands up in the air. Well, guys, it's they cut her funding. Let's say like a Legend of Korra thing. Well, they cut her funding, so that's kind of our way of sticking it. Your numbers are gonna go so down after that. You just gonna like we did those. We gave you art, and you told us to give you. You told us to not give you more art, so we're gonna give you Ronaldo. Take that, network censors.
Oh man, okay.
But no, in all seriousness, though, again, Steven Universe things are looking up, and again, we know one of these days we're gonna get that birth episode. And boy,
oh yeah,
we're laying some good pipe with Steven Universe again. Hope.
All right, folks. Well, that will do it for our Steven Universe coverage until it comes back. But rest assured, Jacob and I will be covering DuckTales throughout the month. Woohoo. And then Dragon, Big Hero 6, about a month away from coming back, finally.
Yeah.
All right. So, in the meantime, folks, don't forget, we are the Crystal Gems. We always save the day, and if you think we can't, we'll always find a way. That's why the people of the world believe in Tiki,
Dragon,
and
Steven.
Pearl. Dear Steven, hello, love Pearl.